Money's moving to me. I'm a millionaire. Money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it.
Hey, 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 what's going on, beautiful people? Happy Wednesday to you all. I hope that you're enjoying your day so far and know that it's going to get better if you're not. So, listen, if you are watching me live, go ahead and chime in. Let me know where you are watching from. Rep your city, rep your country. Let me know where in the virtual building you are watching me from on tonight. Let me know who's here. And listen, y'all, hopefully this Wi-Fi is doing me justice because I'm in a different location, so I don't even know if you all can see me clearly or not. But if you can, go ahead and comment number 1 below so that I know. Go ahead and comment. Let me see what's going on. Let me see who is in the building, and that way I can get started knowing that y'all can actually hear me and see me okay, right? So let me know, go ahead and comment, rep your city, rep your country. Let me know where in the virtual building you are watching me from on tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my intro as I always do. My name is Sharita Leon. I went from being a homeless, disabled, single mom to a 2-time #1 best-selling author with books that were on the bestsellers list for over 2 years straight. I'm also a life, relationship, and business coach, an internet marketing strategist, entrepreneur, international speaker, and the protege of the legendary Les Brown, a Forex trader and investor, and I empower my tribe to live their God-given purpose while creating wealth and have healthy relationships. I'm also a believer in my fitness exuding all that I do. So welcome, everybody. Awesome. Thank you, Miss Carolyn. I'm glad y'all can hear me and see me okay. So this is a video and a live broadcast that I wanted to do like 2 days ago, but didn't have an opportunity to do so, y'all. I'm super excited because it is officially my anniversary. It's my anniversary. 2020 will forever be the anniversary theme for everybody, right? So on, what was it, October 12th, 2 days ago, was my official anniversary. 1 year down with Tava, and I wanted to do a video about that because there were so many things that I wanted to share. There were different experiences that I went through in this 1 year journey, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it. Some of y'all saw a couple of the pictures that I posted when I was able to hang out with the CEO and the diamonds of the company about 2 weeks ago, but I didn't get a chance to share my story of how that was for me, 1 year in. So this is the thing. I have been in Tava now for a year. And when I tell you it has been an amazing journey, it literally has been an amazing journey. You're talking about someone who literally was completely, utterly done with this industry. Not only was I done with this industry, I was disgusted by it. You hear me? When I was presented with this opportunity, I wanted no parts. People were inboxing me about other opportunities and all. I'm like, listen, miss me on that, okay? Miss me on that. I will never do network marketing again. I don't need to. I'm good. And that's where I was, right? I was somewhere totally disgusted with this industry. And the crazy thing is, I was wildly successful in what I was doing, yet even still on my own, I was successful. There was something missing from my life. There was something missing. And I'm telling you, that last quarter of last year, I was somewhere totally different. And it's so crazy to think that a fast forward a year later, how things have changed so much for me. And in that year, I've grown, I've conquered, I've had tears, I had moments when I wanted to give up, but yet and still I am here. And there are many people that will be watching this video, whether you watch it live, whether you watch the replay, that you are where I was a year ago. And that you might be disgusted with the industry. You might say, I'm never doing that again. I got burned, this and that, whatever. I know, right? That was me. But one thing that I did do, well, a couple of things actually that I did, was that I was able to logically make a decision, right? Because a lot of times we allow our emotions to be so strong and involved in our decision making that we miss out on really great business deals, right? Really great opportunities. And I've never been one to sit there and just not seize a great opportunity that I believed could be wildly successful. Because see, I knew the track record that Mr. Lloyd had. I watched him create all those millionaires over there in that other company. I watched him soar, right? So I said to myself, Sharita, even if you don't really do this business and all you do is lock in your spot, you'll be really nice if this company actually really takes off, right? So I told myself, because I had to think about a couple of things, positioning, right? My sponsor, who is now a diamond, shout out to Mr. Clavon Diamond Browning, top 5 income earner in all of Tava. You know, when I realized that he was signed directly with Mr. Lloyd, I had to really think about it and say, Sharita, do you really want to miss that? You have never been this close in proximity in any opportunity that you've been a part of where your upline is the owner of the company. Like, never happened. And so I was like, but I still was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. But I was thinking, right? I was thinking. But what ultimately changed everything for me was being able to lock in with a visionary. What ultimately changed things for me was that I was able to borrow the belief of Mr. Brown. He knew from day one that this was going to change our lives. He was, if he didn't, he sure didn't let us know. But he was so persuaded and so convicted that this was what we had been praying for that it was almost super hard to say no. I borrowed his belief and vision and I did it. He had a vision that was bigger than us. And when I borrowed that vision, something inside of me was still like, I know you said you're tired of this industry. I know you say you really don't want to do it again. But something inside of you says you want to prove to yourself that you can. Because I believe that there are people that literally are called to the industry of direct sales and network marketing. There are. There are some of us who have been promised, great vision, being able to walk across stages, making 6 and 7 figures. There are many of us that believe that we were called to do that, to impact lives on different, countries and continents. There are some of us that know that's part of our story. But because we've gotten so boggled down and disappointed and let down and gone through so many crazy things in the industry, we end up saying, deuces, I'm good, leave me alone, right? That's where I was. But it took for someone to have a vision and crazy belief and the logistics of why this would work. And I took my emotional piece out of it and I freed myself from my past. See, that's where a lot of you need to be right now. You need to free yourself from your past. Too many of you are living in your past. And because of that, you can't live from a possibility. You can't live from something changing for you if you're constantly still stuck in the wounds that were created from yesterday. And so literally in moving out of my past, I allowed myself to be open to a new future. I allowed myself to be open to a new possibility. I allowed myself to create a new story for me. And that's where you need to be. What new stories are you creating for your life? Because if you're still living from the old ones, there is nothing new that could come from it. There is nothing new that can come from it. And every day in your life looks exactly the same because you refuse to remove yourself from your past. And so literally seeing how I said yes to Tava, seeing how I was so afraid to talk about it, I was like, Lord, I am not about to be talking about another T again. I'm like, Hey, LaKersha. I was like, I'm not about to be talking about the tea. I done did that before. I'm done. I'm like, I feel real crazy trying to sell tea to some people. That's really what I was going through, this crazy, conversation in my head. Here I go again, selling another tea. How am I going to present this to people? The chatter, the lies, right? And thank you, boo. The lies that I was telling myself. And so for a very long time, I was really slow and moving because I kept, even though I kind of had one foot in, I had one foot out. Because I was like, listen, this junk don't work. I'm good. I know how to trade. I know how to, I don't need people. Like, these were the things I was telling myself, right? And so eventually I kept being plugged in. I made sure I showed up to the team training calls. I made sure I stayed interactive with what was going on with other people. And then what really started to change it for me was when I went to my first live event. I went to my first live event. Now, let me tell you how much of a sacrifice it was to go to this first event. I need to sip some water on this, y'all. So the weekend of Tava's first event was a Super Saturday happening here in Atlanta, right? I'm still in Atlanta, y'all can probably tell. It was a Super Saturday happening here in Atlanta. And the weekend of this Super Saturday event was the weekend of my daughter's birthday. It's the weekend of my daughter's birthday. I had already planned a whole birthday party for my daughter. Spot was, already booked. The entertainment was already booked and paid for. The spot was booked, the entertainment was paid for, and now here lies this event. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm feeling like a bad mom. I don't think I could do this. I need to stay home. We already planned a party. I have people coming. People have RSVP'd, and I don't know. At the same time, I also knew that I needed to go to that event. I needed to go to that event so that way I could really begin to feel the environment. I needed to be able to go to that event and see if this was really real, to see how the people were moving, to see, how the CEO, I needed to be there. I need to get Tava in me, right? And so y'all, I done did all kinds of things to, change the dates for the party. I had to let my daughter know. And I literally sacrificed that weekend where it was supposed to be my daughter's birthday party. And I went to Atlanta to go to this Tava event. Now, when I went there, I was like, I tell you the chatter that you have in your mind. I was like, Sharita, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? It was a whole journey, y'all. It was a whole journey. But I went. And when I tell you I was glad that I did, I was so glad that I did because I was able to meet Pastor Sean, who actually, yes, let's go, Ramona. I got a chance to meet Pastor Sean, even though Pastor Sean is actually in New York, she's in Harlem, but I got a chance to meet her person. She's one of the dynamic leaders in Tava. She's an executive director as well, and she's one of the leaders and the chaplain of our team, right? And so I remember Pastor Sean and we sat in the back of that event, right? And they were giving out awards and awards and stuff to people that had hit director and above and all these different things. And we just sat in the back. We didn't have any, marked seats. We didn't have all of that. We had to find a seat in the back, right? And we were watching everybody go up and, get their awards. And I was sitting thinking like, yo, I don't belong in the back. Like, I don't do the back. Like, I don't do the back of the line. I don't not win. Like, this is not me. This is not okay at all. Now, mind you, most of the people that were there, they had already locked their spots for $49 from like September. So I was late in the game. I came and I signed up October 12th. These people had already locked their spots and they were in October 1st. So they had already built up their organizations and they were able to hit these ranks. So Pastor Sean and I were sitting in the back and we made a covenant with each other. And we said, we will never, ever go to another event where we're sitting in the back and not getting an award. That's what we said. We will not go to another company event where we're sitting in the back and not getting an award, right? That was that first event. To now be able to fast forward 1 year later, and although it wasn't a physical in-person Tava event, we had our virtual celebration for Tava. And it was amazing. Some of y'all saw it. It was such top-notch, amazing. Shout out to our CEOs, Mr. Lloyd and Ms. Shantae, the corporate staff, Mr. Kevin Harris, Mr. Shep Pierre, and all the customer service. Like, everyone did a phenomenal job. But I was able to be a part of the 1 year celebration. And 1 year later, be able to receive this award as an executive director. I'm trying not to get emotional. Let me tell you why there's so many meanings to this. The power of the spoken word is real. That's number one. The power of agreement is real. That's number two. When Pastor Sean and I said we will not go back to another event led by Tava in the back, we meant that. And we both hit executive director, right? But then I said, I was not going to not get an award. Like, that's just not what's going to happen. Like, I'm going to get me one. They better have my name on that list. Like, that was my thinking, right? But then there was a second event that I went to. This was like another Super Saturday. It wasn't a company-wide thing, but it was a double, they're now Double Diamonds. Jeff and Chanel System, they had an event in Florida. And so I went to that event as well. Now, let me tell you something. If you are in this industry, whenever there's an event that you can qualify to attend, you make it your business to attend. I used to hear, leaders in the industry say that all the time, but it's really the truth. And I have always been someone in the industry. If there was an event, I was making it there, right? But even with Tava in its infancy, the event that I went to was like no real big major thing. It was like a corporate company event. It was the Diamonds that decided to do a Super Saturday. And I was like, I'm going to go. Why? Because I knew I needed to be positioned to constantly build up my beliefs. I needed to stretch myself. I needed to be around the people once again. I needed to remind myself of the flow of how this industry works. I needed to remind myself of who I was. And I had to continue to build that belief. And so I went to that Super Saturday event. Now, this event, I didn't know anybody there personally. And typically for me, I would be like, I don't know. I don't think I want to go. I don't know these people like that. I'm good. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go anyway. And I went. And I was so glad that I did. That event, I had a chance to sit right behind our CEO, Miss Shantae Lloyd. And we were cracking up the whole time. Like, when I tell you she is so down to earth, so amazing, the whole time we have an amazing, a conversation. It was just great. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm so glad that I came to this event because I wouldn't have had that, dialogue, wouldn't have had that interaction. It would have been totally different, right? So now, at the end of that event, I'm taking a picture with Miss Shantae, and I'm sure she doesn't even remember this because she didn't even know I am who I was then, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to see you on that stage because at that time we were supposed to have an event in, I think it was March or something like that. I don't remember what it was. But I said the next time when we have our event, I'm going to walk across that stage as an executive director. And she might have asked me, well, what are you going to hit? Something like that. I don't remember. And I told her executive director. Now, let me tell you the backdrop behind that. I told her I was going to be an executive director at the time where I didn't have any ranks. I had no ranks at all, okay? I wasn't a supervisor. I wasn't anything. But I said, I'm going to walk as an executive director. Real big faith. Baby, I was speaking life. Do you hear me? But guess what? Time for Tava's event. 1 year later, not only am I an executive director, but I got the award like I said I would. And so I'm sharing all this with you to say this. In life, there are a series of decisions you're going to have to make, and you're going to have to choose to become the person you need to become to acquire what it is that your heart's desire is. Whatever you declare, whatever you decree, there's someone that you have to become that person. There's unlearning, relearning, and learning that must take place in order for you to elevate who you are. The person I was when I first started Tava to the person I am today is someone totally different. Totally different. And Mr. Browning says this all the time. He says the person that you are the day you got started is not the person you're going to be or have to become in order to hit diamond and above. And it's the truth. And not just diamond, any of the ranks as you go up. Right now, I'm 2 ranks away from diamond. And baby, it's getting done. It's getting done, right? But more importantly, there are people that are going to be walking those stages with me in my organization. There are people that will have stories similar to this one that said they never wanted to do network marketing again, but here they are and they're winning. There'll be people that said, I knew nothing of network marketing and I just decided to partner with Sharita or partner with someone in the BAM Bosses, and now my life has changed. There will be people 1 year from now that will say, thank you for sharing this opportunity with me. A year ago, my life looked totally different. I did not feel fulfilled at all. It didn't matter that I had made people thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. It didn't matter. There was something missing. And lo and behold, it was this industry called network marketing. Not only this industry called network marketing, it was an opportunity called Tava. It was an arc that truly came and saved me from myself, that gave me an opportunity to remind myself of who I was. Let me tell you something. It was so crazy that I really kept doubting that I could do network marketing again. I was like, I don't know if I could do this. Mind you, I had done it before. I had built teams before, but this time I was like, oh my gosh, it's not happening. It wasn't happening as fast as I wanted it to. And there was still a lot of junk I needed to remove from my mind. I literally had to go back to my old training videos that I did to remind myself of who I was. Literally. And even now, I can look and say 1 year later, what a transformation, that I stuck through it, that I stuck through all the changes, the ups and downs, the people that came, the people that left, the weight that was gained, the weight that was lost, differences in opinions, like all of that. I was able to stick it out. And let me tell you something. If you thought year one, I was all in, thank you, ma'am. If you thought year one, I was going hard, year two, round two, oh, it's going to be a real movie for real. Because the real bosses are about to show up. The real people that know that they were called to work with me, to really see their lives change, to change the lives of so many other people. This is their time. Some people have been watching me for a whole year. Some of you have been watching me for a whole entire year and did nothing. And so some of you are going to wake up now and say, okay, Sharita, I'm ready. Tap me in, coach, I'm ready. And those people, I was on and popping. This is a whole new year, a new way of thinking, new mindset, doing new things, but still the same goal, to change lives and to make that money. Let's not get it twisted. I'm just saying. Year two is going to be one to truly remember. And I'm so grateful for the amazing leadership that I have in my diamond leader, Mr. Clavon Browning, and being able to see him do exactly what he said. See, that's the thing. When you partner with people, you want to partner with people that literally mean what they say. That's right, period. You want to partner with people that say what they mean and mean what they say. And when he showed me this vision for Tava, he said, we're going diamond. So this is what's going to happen. Boom, 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 boom. And he did exactly what he said. He did exactly what he said. And so listen, I told Miss Lloyd, when I saw her back last year in November, I said, oh, it's going to be executive director. Executive director. I said, I'm going to get an award next time. Here's the award. Listen, y'all should know by now, if you've been following me for some time, when I decree a thing, it's established, period. Sometimes it may take a little bit longer than usual, but it gets done. Period. Whatever I do, whatever industry it's in, whenever I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And right now, this is the opportunity for many of you to partner up with me and be on this new journey, this new ride, this new wave. Year two is a totally different new wave. A totally different new wave. and you have an opportunity to still be a part of that. Listen to what I need y'all to understand. Someone told me the other day, well, I think I'm too late for Tava. You know, I already missed that way. I'm like, what? What you mean you're too late? Girl, what? We are 1 year in. Are you kidding me? This is still impeccable timing. A company that's 1 year in, and let's talk about it further, because some people, when someone asked me this the other day too, I've been getting a whole lot of questions, y'all, in inboxes. Someone asked me just like 2 days ago, why did you join Tava? And why did you not stay connected to that other company from years ago? And I said, you know what? She said, why would you go to Tava that's not established when that other company is established? And I had to break down some things for some people because some people don't know the facts, right? So the reason why that other company is established and you know of that other company is because of the founder of my company, Mr. Kenny E. Lloyd, who was responsible for helping that other company grow by 500% in its very first year. Mr. Lloyd is also responsible for the millionaires that you know over there. He helped create them. So when you talk about why would you go as established with the foundation that he and Miss Shantae created, nobody knew about that company until Mr. Lloyd took it to almost $1 billion. No one knew them until he helped create that environment and launch that company in North America. And so 8 years later, y'all know about it because of him. So if I have any type of wisdom, understanding, you follow business or vision, it would only make sense to start brand new with someone who was already in the same industry and took that other company to where it was, and this time have the opportunity to be there at the beginning. All these people out here joining now, not to say there's a problem with that, but y'all 8 years in. There's a grand difference 8 years in talking about something that a whole lot of people know about. But now I have an opportunity as a trailblazer to share with people a whole new company with products that are amazing, that actually truly work. All it takes is one sachet of tea, right? To be able to do that and be at the beginning and then know that my sponsor is the owner of the company, it just makes sense, y'all. Come on. And the whole fact that there's an instant tea over there is because of Miss Shantae Lloyd. See, people don't know all of this. So if you are someone that has vision, you understand that you plant now and you have an opportunity to reap the harvest of a whole entire company being built underneath you. And so with that being said, year 2, you want to be a part of it. Year 2, you want to be part of the Band Bosses, changing lives, because it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. And we can look back 3 years from now. Not even go that far. We can look back 6 months from now and then 12 months from now and say, I remember when I watched this video. And I remember when it became real to finally lock arms with Sharita and make this thing happen. And my life has never been the same. I see those stories. And I know that many of you will be telling them. So listen, you have the opportunity to do that for as little as $99 or even $49, up to you. But you have an opportunity to lock arms with me and truly change your life and make the changes that you want to create a lucrative stream of income just by saying yes. I mean, come on, $49, $99 to start a whole business? To literally have the opportunity to create an empire? What is there to actually think about? There is nothing to think about. What you need to be doing is getting in my inbox and messaging me saying, Sharita, I'm ready. If you're watching from YouTube, go ahead and email sharitaleon@gmail.com or find me on Facebook and be able to email me or inbox me rather. Let's do this. I'm telling you, year 2, baby. Year 2. I'm just saying, y'all see this big hair? Y'all know I'm extra. This is you when you see the mane come out like this, honey. Queen Lion is in full effect, and you best not get in her way. I'm just saying. So listen, y'all, I thank you all for watching. I'm super excited that my 1-year anniversary has been amazing. I'm grateful. There are things that I've learned. I've grown. Lord knows I've grown so much in this 1 year. Perseverance is everything. Resilience is everything. But trust me, it all eventually pays off. So get in my inbox. Let's go ahead and get this thing done, y'all. I'm excited. I'm ready. Thank you for watching. Until next time, only believe until the end and go get your life in a cup of Caprice coffee. Be blessed, y'all.
I'm a millionaire, money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it. I'm a millionaire.
Get your money. Get your money.